Welcome back, fight fans. This is the NAAFS. Up next, the National Amateur Lightweight Division takes center stage as Bill Gingery takes on Carl Codean Roff. Let's bring him to the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next fight is brought to you by BetOnFighting.com. And now, making his way to the John P. Lennon red corner, please welcome Bill Gingery.
And here he comes, John. Bill Gingery, 5-8, representing Fight Farm, a team that fans around here are certainly very familiar with. A great camp, great instruction there. You're going to see J.P. Pocock accompanying Bill to the cage.
Yeah, and he comes in here, an interesting stat. 5 of his 8 losses are by submission. So he has been submitted, even though he does come in here with a wrestling background. Sometimes that wrestling background, especially earlier in your career, can get you in a little trouble if your hips are too high. It's the first time in the NAAFS. He is coming off a win over Kevin Bucklew back in April. And they said as far as what his game has been, he's been working on his striking like crazy. So maybe he'll be wanting to stand and bang tonight.
Well, we're certainly looking forward to what he brings to the NAAFS. Again, former NAAFS National Amateur Champion J.P. Jaranowski comes from this camp, so we know deep bloodlines when it comes to the Fight Farm.
Yeah, and he's going to have that JP to be training with on a regular basis.
Justin Black, another one from Fight Farm. I mean, they've got a great team out there in the Mansfield area.
Yeah, it's good to have these guys back in here. Justin Black, former NAAFS Pro Series heavyweight champion.
Yes, sir. Bringing back some great memories, man. Feels like forever ago.
And now, making his way to the B3 Enterprises blue corner, please welcome his opponent, Codean Roff.
You want to talk about old school. This is as old school as it gets. Codean Roff fought on the second ever NAAFS All Amateur card that goes back to 2006.
Yeah, this guy he's been around forever. NAAS fans know exactly who he is. Comes in here with a wrestling base. And let's take a look at our Tim Riley Chevrolet tail of the tape. And aside from age, boy, is this thing even as you go right down the card, each side of it. Codean's got a few more years on Bill, but other than that, they're pretty much even. Interesting, after a loss to A.J. Carl at War on the Shore, which was a great fight, by the way, in July of 2008, he took off until the end of, until January and December of 2010, so notching wins in the NAAFS Proving Ground Series, I think a Midwest Comment Challenge off the top of my head, so you know, I'm just looking forward to having Codean back here in the series.
Yeah, I can never remember a fight that was boring that Codean was involved with, so I can't wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is brought to you by BetOnFighting.com. It is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the NAAFS Amateur Series Lightweight Division. And now, introducing, fighting out of our John P. Lennon red corner, this fighter's MMA record sits at 6 wins and 8 defeats. Standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 154 pounds even, representing Fight Farm, fighting out of Galion, Ohio, Bill, the Serial Killer, Gingery. And now his opponent across the cage, fighting out of our B3 Enterprises blue corner. This fighter's MMA record sits at 5 wins and 5 defeats. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 154 pounds even, representing Chagrin Valley Boxing Academy, fighting out of Chagrin Valley, Ohio, Codean Roff. Your referee is Frank Garrick.
And there you have it. The introductions are official. It is time to go.
Well, interesting that Codean's representing a boxing academy because he's traditionally known more as a wrestler, so he's going to bring a whole nother set of tools with him to the cage.
Well, and as you know from watching Codean fight, if he has his choice, he'd prefer to keep it standing. I mean, he does have somewhat of an amateur boxing background. Not very extensive, but he's a pretty well-rounded fighter.
Nice jab.
lives in Chagrin Falls and trains in Chagrin Falls, where a dear friend to the program, Mr. John P. Lennon, is from. So quick shout out to Mr. Lennon.
And Codean is, you know, he's a very spiritual guy. He's a family man, got a young son. He said he's here tonight, actually. I didn't get a chance to see him, but Codean's just one of those good guys all around.
He is. He's such a class act. I mean, I consider him a friend outside of the cage, so it's tough when you got, you know, friends in there, but nonetheless, he's a competitor, and you got two guys here really that have nothing to lose, and this should be an exciting fight.
No, and Bill just ran a nice knee up, and he's really trying to get this taken to the ground. So,
well, knowing J.P. Pocock's background under John Saylor, of course, that should be no surprise.
Well, Codean's doing a good job preventing the takedown right now. All Bill has is just an underhook, but he needs to get off that cage.
Yeah, you're not going to do much damage in that position right there. And there's a good knee run by Codean.
And I got to believe Frank Garrick's going to split these guys apart here any second. Yes, they are working hard for position, but each one's negating the other. Let's separate them and
I agree.
See what we can get done.
Frank Garrick not known for his let's say aggressiveness in the cage. He's typically a little more patient, so he might let this go a little bit longer, but at the end of the day, it's a stalemate. You got to pull these guys apart, and as you said, start from scratch in the center of the cage. Good balance shown by Codean, but job done by Gingery. Gets him to the ground.
Yep, and Codean's forced to try to get to full guard at this point, which right now he's in half guard. Looks like he's going to... I can't tell if Bill's going to make this pass or not. Codean's hanging on to that left arm pretty good, preventing his getting all the way around him. So Bill says, forget it. I'll do it the MMA way.
Well, you better watch that arm. I saw Codean trapping it. I think he was momentarily thinking about an arm bar, but didn't get the opportunity as Gingery goes for an arm, working on that left arm.
Cody does a good job getting that arm back inside.
Great job.
And then, but he goes right into a triangle.
Wow. Big mistake there. What looked like it could have been a momentum shifter.
Yeah, he's going to need to posture as much as he can. Because right now, he's got that triangle, and it looks to be pretty deep.
Let's see if Codean can hang on.
And I think, is he out? He is out.
He's out.
He is out cold. Yes.
Wow. Frank Garrick missed that one.
Yeah, and he doesn't know.
Wow. Gingery right at the end of the round locks in the triangle choke.
And you could tell Frank was going to give a veteran like Codean all the time he can. I think his record may actually be 6-6. I'm not sure. Maybe a couple of non-sanctioned in there.
There you go.
But yeah, that's a tough way to go.
It is with literally no time left on the clock, and you can bet we'll see Codean back again. But congratulations, Bill Gingery uses the BJJ and gets a big win in his NAAFS debut here tonight in Streetsboro. As we check out exactly how this one ended. Looked good for a minute for Codean, but right into the triangle. And Gingery telling Frank Garrick he is out. And sure enough, there's Codean getting back up thinking he was still in the fight. But that's a wrap. Let's send it up to Jazz and make this one official.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fight ends at 2 minutes and 59 seconds of round number 1 with, by knockout, your winner, Bill, the serial killer, Gingery.
Well, let's hear from Bill with John center cage.
I'm here with your winner, Bill Gingery, moving up to 6-8. Codean had a beautiful reversal on the bottom, but you were ready for it, set up that triangle, and then you put him literally to sleep. Beautiful fight, my man. Let's talk about it.
I didn't think he was going to tap. I knew I had about 7 seconds left, and I felt him go. He went limp on me, so he's a good fighter. It was a good fight. You know, I'm just here to do what I do.
Well, your first time in the NAAFS, we're happy to have you. Anybody you'd like to thank?
I'd like to thank my team, the Fight Farm out of Mansfield, Ohio, my coach, JP Pocock, the NAAFS for having me here, fight for all you guys, Matt Truckovich, RFO, everybody.
Well, congratulations, and ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your winner, Bill Gingery. More NAAFS cage fighting coming right up.